You know what the biggest lie you tell yourself is? I'll do it when I have more time. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll begin when the conditions are perfect. And then weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. And that thing you are going to do, the book you are going to write, the business you are going to start, the skill you are going to learn, it just sits there, haunting you. But here's what nobody tells you. The problem isn't time. It isn't readiness. It isn't even motivation. The problem is that you're trying to swallow the ocean in one gulp. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll understand why the smallest commitment you make might be the most powerful one, and why starting beats planning every single time. This is about a man named Khalil, 29 years old, works in IT support, decent job, stable income. But Khalil had a dream that was eating him alive from the inside. He wanted to be a photographer, not a hobbyist, a real photographer, the kind whose work made people stop scrolling and actually feel something. He'd been saying he wanted this for 6 years. 6 years. His apartment proved it. A $2,000 camera sitting on his shelf, still in the box from 2 years ago. Photography books stacked on his nightstand. Bookmarks on page 12, page 8, page 23. None finished. A Lightroom subscription he'd been paying for 18 months but opened maybe 4 times. Every weekend, Khalil would wake up with intention. Today's the day. Today I'm going to start seriously learning photography. He'd open his laptop, pull up a 47-step roadmap he'd created. Master aperture, master shutter speed, master ISO, master composition. Study the masters, build a portfolio, create a website, network with other photographers. And he'd sit there, staring at step 1, feeling the entire weight of steps 2 through 47, crushing his chest. Where do I even start? This is going to take years. So he'd close the laptop, tell himself he'd start tomorrow when he had more mental space. Tomorrow never came. Khalil's best friend Omar noticed. They were having coffee one Saturday afternoon. "So, how's the photography thing going?" Omar asked casually. Khalil's jaw tightened. I'm working on it. You said that 6 months ago." "I know. I need a clear weekend. I need to really commit. I can't just dabble. If I'm going to do this, I need to do it right." Omar leaned back. "Khalil, you've been waiting for the perfect moment for 6 years. You know what you have to show for it." Khalil said nothing. "Nothing," Omar said quietly. "You have nothing. Not because you're not talented, not because you're lazy, but because you keep waiting to be ready, and you'll never feel ready." The words hit like ice water. That night, Khalil couldn't sleep. Omar's words circled his mind. "You'll never feel ready." Was that true? Was he just waiting forever? The next morning, Khalil did something desperate. He posted in a photography subreddit, "I've been wanting to become a photographer for 6 years, but I can't seem to start. What's wrong with me?" Within an hour, someone replied. A photographer named Nadia. Her message was blunt. "Nothing's wrong with you. You're just trying to become a photographer before you've taken a single photo. Stop planning. Start shooting. Here's what you do. Take 1 photo today. That's it. Not a good photo. Not an Instagram-worthy photo. Just 1 photo of anything. Then come back tomorrow and tell me you did it." Khalil stared at the message. It felt too simple, almost insulting. 1 photo? That won't make me a photographer. But something in him whispered, "What do you have to lose?" He grabbed his phone, walked to his window, took a photo of a tree outside. It was terrible. Badly framed, overexposed, meaningless. But it existed. He posted it in the thread. Done. 1 photo. Nadia replied immediately. "Good. Now do it again tomorrow. 1 photo. Any subject. No pressure. No perfection. Just 1. The next day, Khalil took a photo of his coffee cup. Day 3, a street sign on his walk to work. Day 4, a stranger's shadow. None of them were good, but he was doing it, and something strange was happening. On day 7, he found himself wanting to take a second photo, then a third. By day 10, he'd downloaded his camera manual and read the first chapter. Not because he had to, because he wanted to understand why his photos looked the way they did. By day 14, he finally unboxed the camera. 2 weeks, and all he'd committed to was 1 photo per day. On day 21, Khalil messaged Nadia again. "I don't understand what's happening. I've taken more photos in 3 weeks than I did in 6 years. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just doing it. How does this work?" Nadia replied with a voice note. He played it. "Khalil, you've discovered the minimum viable action. Let me explain what just happened to you. For 6 years you were carrying an imaginary boulder. Every time you thought about photography, your brain saw this massive mountain of skills you didn't have. So your nervous system threw up a wall. It said, this is too big. Don't start. You'll fail anyway. But when you committed to just 1 photo, you bypassed that wall. Your brain couldn't argue with 1 photo. It's too small to resist. So you started. And here's the magic. Starting is the only thing that matters. Once you're in motion, continuing is automatic. The boulder you imagined, it doesn't exist. It's just a series of small, manageable steps. 1 photo, then another, then another. That's all it ever was. Khalil sat with that for a long time. The boulder was imaginary. Nadia sent a follow-up message with a framework. If you want to keep going, here's the system that actually works. I call it the minimum viable action framework. 3 rules. Rule 1. Define the smallest possible version. Don't say become a photographer. That's a destination, not an action. Say take 1 photo today. Don't say build a portfolio. Say edit 1 photo this week. Make the action so small it feels almost embarrassing. That's how you know it's right. Rule 2. Commit to repetition, not results. Your job isn't to take a good photo. It's to take a photo. Period. You're not building a portfolio yet. You're building a habit. You're training your brain to stop resisting. Repetition is the only thing that rewires resistance. Rule 3. Allow momentum to build naturally. Don't force yourself to do more. If you only take 1 photo, that's perfect. But if you find yourself wanting to take 3, or read a chapter, or experiment with settings, let it happen. Momentum is organic. It grows when you stop trying to control it. Nadia ended the message. Do this for 90 days. 1 photo per day. Nothing more required. See where you are at the end. I promise you'll be unrecognizable. Khalil committed. Day 30. He'd taken 30 photos. Started watching a YouTube tutorial on composition. Not because he had to, because he was curious. Day 45. He'd unboxed the camera and shot his first intentional portrait. His coworker. It wasn't great, but it existed. Day 60. He joined a local photography meetup, met other beginners, shared his work, got feedback, felt less alone. Day 75. He edited his first photo in Lightroom, spent 3 hours on it, enjoyed every minute. Day 90. He had 90 photos. Some were bad, a few were decent, 3 were actually good. And he'd gone from someone who wanted to be a photographer to someone who was photographing. The shift wasn't dramatic. It was cumulative. Khalil posted his 90-day progress in the subreddit, the same place he'd started. Nadia commented, "See what happens when you stop trying to be ready and start being in motion." Khalil replied, "I wasted 6 years waiting. I learned more in 90 days by doing the smallest thing every day than I did in 6 years of planning." But the real test came on day 91. Khalil woke up. No commitment hanging over him, no challenge, no pressure, and he still took a photo. Not because he had to, because it was who he was now. 6 months later, Khalil had a small portfolio. He'd shot 3 paid gigs, portraits for friends of friends. He'd applied to assist a wedding photographer on weekends. He wasn't famous, he wasn't making a living yet, but he was doing the thing he'd dreamed about for 6 years, and it all started with 1 photo. Here's what Khalil learned, and what you need to hear. Lesson 1. The action you're avoiding isn't as big as you think. It's just unstarted. Your brain magnifies tasks you haven't begun. It turns 1 photo into a mountain, 1 page into a novel, 1 workout into a fitness transformation. Break it into the smallest possible unit, then do that unit. Lesson 2. Repetition beats intensity. You don't need to work for 6 hours. You need to work for 6 minutes, every day for 60 days. Small, repeated actions compound. One-time heroic efforts burn out. Lesson 3. Motion creates clarity. You can't think your way into action. You have to act your way into clarity. Every photo Khalil took taught him something no tutorial could. The same is true for your thing. You'll learn by doing, not by planning. So here's my challenge to you. Right now, think of the thing you've been saying you'll do when you have time. The thing you've been planning for months, maybe years. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest possible version of that thing? Not the full version,
not the polished version, the absolute minimum. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence today. Want to start a business? Research 1 competitor for 10 minutes. Want to get in shape? Do 5 push-ups. Want to learn a language? Learn 3 words. That's it. That's your minimum viable action. Do it today. Not tomorrow. Today. And then do it again tomorrow. And the day after. For 30 days. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about where this is going. Just do the smallest thing, every day, and watch what happens. Because the version of you that actually does the thing you keep talking about, that person isn't waiting for the right time. They're waiting for you to take the first step. So stop planning. Stop preparing. Stop waiting to feel ready. Just start.